गुरुरेव गतिः गुरुमेव भजे गुरुनैव सहास्मि नमो गुरवे न गुरोः परमं शिशुरस्मि गुरोर्मतिरस्ति गुरौ मम पाहि गुरो गुरुरेव गतिः गुरुमेव भजे गुरुनैव सहास्मि नमो गुरवे न गुरोः परमं शिशुरस्मि गुरोः मतिरस्ति गुरौ मम पाहि गुरो। श्रुति स्मृति पुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। In the Sagunopasana, where we pray God in the form of a murti, or in the form of a chitrapata, or in the form of Rama, Krishna, Ganesha, Subramanya, etc. We have 9 types of devotion. In the 9 types of devotion in Srimad Bhagavatam, the shloka says, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnoho Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atmanivedanam. Out of these 9 types of devotion, Archanam is one type of devotion where we do the puja, we do the saparya to the Bhagavan, to the Ishtadevata by Shodasha Upachara. The commonly used upachara is Panchopachara, Shodashopachara. We have for Devi and all there is Chatushashti Upachara. All these upacharas are used. Now this Archana Bhakti is a very important kind of a Bhakti. And in the Shodashopachara, one of the interwoven steps is the Ashtottarashatanama Kathanam. What happens in an Ashtottarashatanama Kathanam? The deity or the Ishtadevata is praised through various names, and puja is performed with the help of flowers. Normally it is done through flowers. If flowers are not there, we will use akshata, which is rice. Sometimes we use leaves. Sometimes we use special things. For Ganesha, we use grass. So we may use different things, but the type of bhakti is Archana Bhakti. And Ashtottarashatanamavali is used for this Archana Bhakti. What happens and what are the benefits of this Ashtottarashatanamavali? You get to know so many names of the God. In Kali Yuga, Nama Sankirtanam is the only way to reach God. So you have 108 names. Ashtottara Shata is equal to Shata is 100, Ashta Uttara 8 after 100, 108 names we have. And not only some are names, some also talk about the great qualities of that Ishtadevata. Sometimes we get to know the Charita Jnanam. We know the Upakhyana, the story from that Nama. We know the Prasanga from that Nama. Sometimes we will, an entire Sarga in a great Purana or an Itihasa will be summarized into one Nama. That way we are reminded of that Prasanga or the incident, or we are reminded of the Purana Sarga. Most importantly, for people who are lovers of Sanskrit, the Shabda Sampad Vardhanam, Shabda Parichaya happens. We get to know the word and its meaning. Sometimes these names, they act as Visheshana to the Ishtadevata. So we can put each name and add it as a Visheshana to the Ishtadevata. Most importantly, if there are big names, we also get to know how a compound word is formed. And if we break that samasa, we get samasa jnana. And most of these Ashtottarashatanamavali, they have a phalashruti. For example, the Lakshmi Ashtottarashatanamavali has got a beautiful phalashruti. So based on the phalashruti, one can obtain benefits, materialistic benefits, spiritual benefits, other benefits that are mentioned as in the phalashruti. Normally, these Ashtottarashatanamavalis have some phalashruti also. And the format of an Ashtottarashatanamavali is usually, see, in olden days and all, when they used to teach these Ashtottarashatanamavalis, they used to teach the Shloka first. So there will be a Shloka and then it will be turned into a Namavali. For example, Sri Shankaracharya Varyaya Namaha is the Namavali. Sri Shankaracharya Varyaya Namaha is the Namavali. Whereas if you see the Shloka, Sri Shankaracharya Varyo Brahmananda Pradayakaha Brahmajnana Pradayakaha Ajnanatimiradityah Sugyanam Buddhi Chandramaha. This is the Shloka which has two names in the first line, two names in the second line. So about it's a small verse which can be turned into a Namavali. How is it turned into a Namavali? You add Chaturthi Vakti to the noun. Sri Shankaracharya Varyaha will be converted to Sri Shankaracharya Varyaya Namaha. Namaha is salutations to Sri Shankaracharya Varya. That is the meaning. Namaha is salutations to, obeisance to. Vyoma Linguistic Labs wants to revive this paddhati of Ashtottarashatanamavali Arthajnanam. So people who do the puja in their home should be able to do the puja by understanding the meaning. Which is why we have started this course, and we have started with Guru Ashtottarashatanamavali. Shankaracharya is our Adi Guru. So we have started with Guru Ashtottarashatanamavali. This Shankaracharya Ashtottarashatanamavali was composed by Vidyaranya Swami. That is what the elders say. It describes the great qualities of the Acharya. It is very useful for meditating or worshipping of the Acharya. Suppose you have a Paduka of your Guru at home, you can use that Paduka and do puja of Shankara using the Shankara Ashtottarashatanamavali. Normally during Shankara Jayanti, when we do Shankaracharya puja according to the puja kalpa, the Ashtottarashatanamavali is a part of the puja kalpa. Now tomorrow being Shankara Jayanti day, we thought that this could be an opportunity for all of us to learn the meanings of Shankaracharya Ashtottarashatanama and to understand, once you understand the meaning, your involvement in the puja becomes higher. You start experiencing the Acharya himself. How was our Acharya? How did he live? what are the difficulties he faced, what is the philosophy that he propounded. All these things, all these intricate things are told in his Ashtottara. Let us start understanding this Ashtottara one by one. We will go in the Namavali route. I will not be teaching the shlokas. I will be teaching the Nama and telling the meaning, and also telling some more information about that Nama so that you understand it better. That is what will be done in this class. Wherever possible, we will split the samasa also. Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Pada Shankaram Loka Shankaram. This is one dhyana shloka which you can tell before you start the Ashtottara. Every time when you do the Archana. The first Nama is Shri Shankaracharya Varyaya Namaha. Very, 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 very important Nama. What does this Nama say? Shri Shankaracharya Varyaya Namaha. Shri Shankara Acharya Varyaya Namaha. What is the meaning of the word Varya? Venerable, best. Shankara Acharya. Shankara is the name of our Acharya. Now, Shankara, the word Shankara is Shankaroti iti Shankara. Sham represents all the auspicious things. Swashreyasam Shivam Bhadram Kalyanam Mangalam Shubham. Sham. Kalyanam, any Mangala Karya, any Mangala, any auspicious thing is called as Sham. Sham Karoti iti Shankaraha. One who always, the name itself, Shankara, the name itself is, says that Sham Karoti, one who does auspicious things, one who is responsible for auspicious things. Saha Shankaraha. Acharya. What is the meaning of the word Acharya? Acharya. There are a lot of words in our Sanskrit vocabulary. Guruhu, Acharya, Pradhyapakaha, Upadhyayaha, etc. But I would like to highlight the meaning of the word Acharya. Achinoticha Shastrartham Achare Sthapayatyapi Swayam Acharate Yasmat Acharyas Tena Uchyate. Acharya is one who understands the Shastrartha, who practices the Shastrartha in his customs and traditions, in his daily achara. And after he practices, he preaches the same. Swayam acharate yasmat acharya tena uchyate. Because he practices the customs, traditions, etc., which is there in the Shastra, he is called as an Acharya. So, amongst all the Acharyas, Sri Shankaracharya is the best among the Acharyas. Because whatever he preached, he has followed and he has understood, and he is the embodiment of that particular Upadesha. In fact, the Advaita, philosophy which he propounded, he is a Brahmanistha. He himself is a Brahmanistha, and he has propounded the Advaita because he has experienced it himself. Sri Shankaracharya Varyaya Namaha. So the meaning is obeisance to the best among the Acharyas, Sri Shankaracharya. Now, what is the Sri? There is another interpretation. Richassamani yajogumshi sahishrir amrita satam. Richaha samani yajogumshi. Rigveda, Samaveda, Yajurveda are called as Sri. So Shankaracharya is an Acharya who has acquired the knowledge of Vedas and who grants the ability to acquire the knowledge of Vedas for his bhaktas, thereby know its meaning and to enjoy the bliss of the Vedas. Sri Shankaraha iti Acharyaha, Acharyanam Varyaha, Shankaracharya Varyaha. He is the Samasa. In the next Nama which we will be studying is Brahmananda Pradayakaya Namaha. This is one version of the Ashtottara says Brahmananda Pradayakaya Namaha. One version of the Ashtottara says Brahmajnana Pradayakaya Namaha. So Brahmananda Pradayakaya Namaha. Brahma eva Anandaha Tasya Pradayakaha. Brahmanaha Jnanam Tasya Pradayakaha. Brahmajnana Pradayakaha. What is this Brahmajnana? The Jivatma and the Paramatma is one. And this Brahma is in the form of Satchidananda Swarupa. This kind of jnana, which is bestowed on the disciple through the Guru, is called Brahma Jnana. Now, once a Brahma Jnana is bestowed on the disciple experiences the Brahma Jnana. When he experiences the Brahma Jnana, he gets the Ananda, which is Brahmananda. He gets the bliss. So, Brahmananda Pradayakaya Namaha. Shankaracharya bestows happiness, which is permanent happiness, the bliss, through the Brahma Jnana to his disciples, which is also called the Atma Jnana. In the other version, Brahma Jnana Pradayakaya Namaha. He is the person who removes the avarana of Ajnana and gives this Jnana. Brahma Jnana Pradayakaya Namaha. The next Nama is Ajnana Timmiradityaya Namaha. What is Ajnana Timmiradityaya Namaha? Na Jnanam Ajnanam. Ajnanam eva Timiram. Tasya Adityaha Tasmai. Tasmai Namaha. What does our Acharya do? He is like a sun. Aditya refers to sun. He is like a sun. What does the sun do? It destroys the darkness. Now, in our Shastras, the Ajnana is always referred to as darkness, and Jnana is always referred as Prakasha or light. So, here Shankaracharya removes the ignorance, the Ajnana within us, just like the sun removes the darkness. So, once the darkness is removed, everything is clear for us. So, Shankaracharya helps the mumukshus or people who are desirous of having moksha to remove the ajnana in the samsara. What is this ajnana in the samsara? What is the reason for the ajnana in the samsara? Raga, shoka, moha. Raga is attachment. Shoka is sorrow. Moha is delusion. These are the three diseases of samsara. Samsara is characterized by raga, shoka, moha. Now, what does our Acharya do? He destroys the raga, shoka, moha. He removes them. He, as though a screen is being removed, he removes them and makes our thought process very clear. Ajnanasya anavaranam guruna kriyate. See, the anavarana of the ajnana is done by our Acharya. Because why, if ajnana is there, Gita Acharya says, Ajnane navritam jnanam tena muhyanti jantavaha. All the jantus, all the jivas are in delusion when they are camouflaged by the ajnana. So here he is compared to the sun, because sun destroys the darkness, which is the ignorance, and gives us the light, which is the jnana. Here jnana means atma jnanam, advaita jnanam. That is what is jnanam in this context. Sugyan, next nama is Sugyanam Buddhi Chandramaha. Sugyanam. Shobhanam Jnanam Sugyanam. It's a very, very auspicious Jnanam, Sugyanam. Sugyanam eva Ambudihi. Ambudihi, the word Ambudihi means Sagaraha, ocean. Now see the words, if you split the word, Sugyana is one word, Ambudhi is one word, Chandramaha is one word. All of us know Chandrama refers to full moon. Ambudhi is ocean. Sugyanam is the Shreshta Jnanam. Shobhanam Jnanam, the great Jnanam. Now, what is this Sugyanam? Sugyanam is the Advaita Jnana, Brahma Jnana. What is Advaita Jnanam? The Jivatma and the Paramatma are one. That is Advaita Jnanam. Now, what happens? Shankaracharya in this Nama is compared to a moon, full moon. Now, on a full moon day, what happens to the ocean? The ocean raises to greater heights. The waves of the ocean raises to greater heights in the presence of the full moon. And after the full moon goes away, it quietly resides. So it goes to greater heights and comes down. It goes to greater heights and comes down. Now, the Advaita Jnanam or the Atma Jnanam, that Jivatma and Paramatma is one and the same. In the presence of Acharya, like Shankara, who is Shankaracharya, the Advaita Jnana raises to greater heights in the presence of the Acharya, because he is compared to the moon. Just like the waves of the ocean raises to greater heights in the presence of the full moon, the knowledge of Advaita raises to greater heights in the presence of the Acharya. And what does it do? It envelops the whole world. Sarva Vyapta Jnanam. Sugyanam Buddhi Chandramaha. Shobhanam Jnanam Sugyanam. Sugyanam eva Ambudihi Sagaraha. Sugyanam Buddhihi Chandramaha. Iva Sarva Vyaptaha. Iti Vaktum Shakyate. Now, in this shloka, he is compared to the moon. In this Nama, he is compared to the moon. In the previous nama, he is compared to the sun. Now, Surya and Chandra are the two eyes of Bhagavan in the Virat Swarupa. Rupado Yasyanabhir Chandra Suryaucha Netre. Chandra Suryaucha Netre. The Chandra and Surya are the two netras, eyes of the Bhagavan. Now, Ajnana Nivaranam happens through the Surya in the previous nama. The idea is Ajnana Nivaranam happens through the Surya. And Jnana Sthitehe Sarva Vyapratatvam. The Jnana Sthiti, the state of being knowledgeable, is increased manifold like the Chandra. This is the comparison in the two namas. Until the Ajnana Nivarana happens, there is heat, which is why it is compared to a sun. Whereas when Ananda happens to us, when the Atmajnana comes to us, we feel the bliss and it is very cool. When the moon comes, the coolness is observed. So bliss represents coolness, peace of mind. So these are the two ideas presented in these two namas. Varnashrama Pratishthatre Namaha. Salutations to Shankaracharya, who firmly re-established the primacy of the Varnashrama system. What is Varnashrama system? Varna represents the four Varnashramas are Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. We call it a social order. An intelligently oriented person, if he does that work, he is referred to as Brahmana. Kshatriya is a person who does Rakshanam, protection. Vaishya is a person who deals with transactions and economic things. Shudra is a person who is a seva karta to all the three above. So that way, Varna system was the social order existing before Shankaracharya came. Now, in between what happened, there were other religious sects who condemned the Varna system. So Shankaracharya re-established the Varna system. Also, he spoke about the ashramas. What are the four ashramas? Brahmacharya, Garhastya, Vanaprastha, Sannyasa. These are the four ashramas that he spoke. Brahmacharya is the ashrama, is a stage of life until your marriage. Garhastya is from your marriage to your old age. Vanaprastha is your old age. After Vanaprastha is sannyasa or renunciation. So there are four stages in life. Four varnas system in the society. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. So he re-established the centrality of this Varnashrama system, Varna system and the Ashrama system, and asked everyone to follow your own dharma based on the different stages of life, based on the Adhikari Veda, based on your duty, based on Vaidika dharma. This Varnashrama dharma is a dharma which is prescribed in the Vedas. Remember this Varnashrama dharma. At this stage, I would like to tell one sentence, but I will not explain more. Neither will I answer in the question-answer session. the Varnashrama Dharma, the four Varnas are Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. There is no superiority of one over the other in the Vedic system. This is not the caste system which is being told now. These are the 2 points which I want to highlight. So Shankaracharya re-established the Varnashrama system, and therefore he is called as Varnashrama Pratishthatre Namaha. Varnaha cha ashramaha cha varnashramaha tesham pratisthata tasmai namaha. Srimate namaha. Very, very interesting name. Srimate namaha. This should have been a nama for Bhagavan Vishnu. It is a nama for Bhagavan Vishnu. It is a nama, in fact, it is a nama for all the gods. If we understand what is the real meaning of Srimate, we will understand that it can be a nama for all the gods. First thing in the word Srimate Namaha, we have to understand the Sanskrit grammar point here. Here you have a pratyaya called Matup. And this pratyaya Matup is always used in present tense. Tadasyas tat asya asti, tat asmin asti iti Matup. So in 2 meanings, the Matup pratyaya is used. Now, for example, Gavaha asya asti. One who has lot of cows is called Goman. Now, in this case, Shriyaha asya santi iti Shriman. Shriman Chaturthi Bhakti is Srimate. Now, in this case, both Shriyaha asya santi, Shriyaha asmin santi. He is endowed, in him the divine attributes reside. He has divine attributes. This is the meaning of, surface meaning of the Shriman, of the word Shriman. But if you look at the Matup Pratyaya, which is used here, the Matup has got different meanings. There is a Vartika which says, Bhumaninda prashamsasu nityayogeti shayane samsargesti vivakshayam bhavanti matubadayaha. So you have Bhuma. Bhuma means more, abundance, Vaipulyam, Bahu. So, Srimate Namaha. More auspicious qualities are found in Shankaracharya. He is a Brahmanishta himself. A person who is Brahmanishta can have all the qualities. Prashamsa, Bhuma Ninda Prashamsa. Ninda is not applicable here. Prashamsa, Prashastaha Shriyaha Asya Santi. Greatest of the attributes are there inside him. That is why he is called as Shriman, Srimate Namaha. There is Nityatva in Matuprati also. So Nitya Yoga. You see, the attributes Yetena Saha Nitya Sambandham Prapnuvanti. Now the attributes, they became good attributes when they came near Shankaracharya. In Ramayana, in the Sundarakanda, in the 29th Sarga, Bhagavan Valmiki says, Shubha Shakunani. He talks about Shubha Nimittani and Shubha Shakunani for Sita. He says there are Her left eye throbbed, her left thigh started shaking. Now, all these nimittas, they became Shubha nimittas when they came near Sita Mata. Like that, because of the yoga with Shankaracharya, the attributes became divine. And that is why this Matu Pratyaya is used here. Nitya Yoge, Atishayane, beyond normal measures. Also it is used. So the qualities which you can think of in Shankaracharya are beyond normal measures. That is why he is called as Sriman. And believe me, Shankaracharya is a Brahmanishta and he lives even today. That is why Vartamane Matu. So Shriyaha Asya Santi, Vartamana Kala is used. How is he existing even today? In the form of Acharyas, whom he has established in all his matas, in all directions. In the form of devotees, in the form of his granthas, in the form of shlokas, in the form of philosophy. He is still existing within us. That is why he is called as Sriman. Very, very beautiful name and very, very apt name for Acharya. Mukti Pradayakaya Namaha. Now, Shankaracharya, he bestows the mukti. He gives mukti to all those who are desirous of having it. Mukti Pradayakaya Namaha. What is this Dayaka? Dadati iti Dayakaha, one who gives. Data. Dayaka is equal to Data, one who gives. Mukti Pradayakaya Namaha. And why is this pra upasarga? He removes all the obstacles for moksha till videha mukti. Sometimes we get jnana. We have seen Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, Chandrasekhara Bharati Mahaswamigal, Paramacharya Swamigal, all these people, they were all Jivan Muktas, but they remained in their body till their videha happened, till the deha and the prana got liberated from the deha. So, what does our Acharya do? He ensures that mukti is given till we get videha mukti. And mukti also represents the punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam cycle. So, freedom from punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. Jananam maranam, jananam maranam. This cycle keeps on happening. Now, Acharya is one who gives freedom from this cycle of birth and death and this samsara. Mukti pradayaka yamaha, muktehe pradayaka, mukti pradayaka. Shishyopadesha nirataya namaha. Ko guruhu. Who is a guru? One who is adhigata tattvaha. Shishya hitaya satatam yudyate. Udyate. Shishya hitaya satatam yaha udyate saha guru. One who always strives for the welfare of the shishya and who has understood the jnana in a comprehensive nature. He is called a guru. Now, our Shankaracharya was always engrossed, constantly engaged in doing Upadesha. Upadesha is Advaita Upadesha, Atmajnana Upadesha to his Sishyas. Salutations to Shankaracharya, who is constantly engaged in instructing his disciples. Sishyanam Upadeshaha, Tasmin Nirataha, Shishyopadesha Nirataha. Sometimes Prarabdhavashat, the jnana svikara is delayed in a Shishya. There is an incident in Shankaracharya's Shishya. Once all the disciples were waiting for the patha to start, for the lesson to start. Shankaracharya says, Shankaracharya is waiting, Shishyas are waiting. They were waiting for Giri to come. Giri was one of the Sishyas of Shankara. The other Shishya said, Giri is anyhow a Manda Shishya. He is not a Shishya who can understand all the lessons. Why don't we start, even if he comes or if he doesn't, if he comes late also, nothing, there's no difference which is going to happen to him. Now Shankaracharya wanted to curb this attitude of the other Sishyas. So instantly, with his Divya Jnana, with his Yoga Shakti, he transfers the knowledge to Giri, who is on the other side of the river washing clothes of his Guru. He calls him, hey, oh Giri, please come here. So Giri is thrilled when Acharya calls him. So he comes, and when he comes, he starts composing a set of poems in Trotaka Chandas. Those set of poems are called Totakashtakam, Trotakashtakam. And he is called as Trotakacharya. Giri came to be known as Trotakacharya. So sometimes because of prarabdha, a particular Shishya may be delayed, or a particular student may be delayed to get the knowledge. But by the grace of Acharya, by the grace of Shankaracharya, that Shishya or that devotee gets the jnana immediately when he displays Shraddha and when Guru decides to initiate him. Like this, many miracles have happened in the story of Sri Shankaracharya. We just heard one story. Bhaktabhishta pradayakaya namaha bhaktanam abhishtani tesham pradayakaha. 4 types of bhaktas are there. Artaha, Jigyasuhu, Artarthi, Jnani. Artaha, one who is always in difficulty. Now Shankaracharya grants all the needs of all his devotees, not only the Jnanis. Jnani is a person who is already a Brahmanishta. For him, mukti is needed. Videha mukti is needed. Artharthi. Artha, somebody needs materialistic gains. Jigyasu, somebody wants to know. Somebody is very curious to understand the jnana. So different devotees have different needs. Now Shankaracharya is a guru, or he is a jnani who can give laukika for laukika chanas, for the people who are in the sloka who wants materialistic gains, who wants their difficulties to be removed. He grants them all the needs. For the mumukshus, people who are desirous of having moksha, he gives them jnana, chitta shuddhi jnana, and thereby he gives them moksha. So thereby only a jnani or a sannyasi can grant all the needs of these 4 types of devotees. Bhakta Bhishta Pradayakaya Namaha Sukshma Tattva Rahasyajnaya Namaha. Sukshma Tattva refers to the philosophy of Advaita and the Mahavakyas. So Shankaracharya is one who understands the secret of the subtle truth, which is present in the Mahavakyas. What is the Mahavakya? What do the Mahavakyas say? That Jivatma and Paramatma are one. So Sukshma Tattvanam rahasyam yaha janati saha sukshma tattva rahasyajnah. The four Mahavakyas are Prajnanam Brahma, Tattvamasi, Aham Brahmasmi, Ayam Atma Brahma. The subtle truth of these Vedanta is known to our Acharya, and he tries to give this to the devotees, to the Sishyas who are desirous of acquiring this knowledge. Karya Karya Prabodhakaya Namaha. Only a guru like Shankaracharya can tell us what is to be done and what is not to be done. Shankaracharya established that based on the Vedas, we have to do what is told in the Vedas. So, karyam ityukte vaidikam. Vaidikam karma karyam. Akaryam avaidika karyani na karyani. We should not do anything that is avaidika. For example, the Manushya Bali, etc., which was being practiced in those days. Shankaracharya criticized this and said that it is avaidika. We should avoid all those things. Nyatva shastra vidhanoktam karma kartum iharhasi. So, understanding the Shastra, only a person who has understood the Vedas and the Shastras deeply can tell us what is to be performed and what is to be avoided. Based on that, his entire teaching was, see, if you have to do anything, it has to be a Nitya Karma, Naimittika Karma, or a Kamya Karma. Now, if you want to get Mukti, let us do Nishkama Karma. Let us do the Karma without any expectation of the fruits of action, renouncing the fruit of action. That was his prabodhana or his enlightenment, his teaching, which gave many a path to enlightenment. Otherwise, many people would have lost their purpose of life. They would not have known their purpose of life. Many people are struggling to understand what is their purpose of life. Now, worship of Shankaracharya can tell us what we should do and what we should not do. Karya Karya Prabodhakaya Namaha. Jnana Mudranchita Karaya Namaha. Now, if you see our Shankaracharya's photo there on the left corner, his hand, in his hand, he is having a palm leaf in his left hand. In the right hand, he is having a mudra, a sign, which is called a mudra, where the thumb and the index finger, Angushta Tarjani Yoga Mudra, Angushta Tarjani. These two fingers are joined, and the other three fingers are held up and they are outside, they are spread out. Now, Jnana Mudranchita Karaya Namaha. So, salutations to Sankaracharya, whose hand is held in Jnana Mudra. The thumb and index finger are joined. Now, this Jnana Mudra is called Chin Mudra, Bhadra Mudra, Tarka Mudra, Vidya Mudra, Vakya Mudra, etc. Jnana Mudraya Anchitaha Karaha Yaha. Jnana Mudraya Anchitaha Chinhitaha. Anchita means distinguished. Shankaracharya is distinguished by his mudra. He is known by his mudra. Mudra is the hand's sign, the curved, bent, arched sign, wherein the thumb and the index fingers are joined. See, the karunya of our guru, of our acharya is Brahmagyana cannot be compared by words. So, in Dakshinamurti Stotram, he says, the Dakshinamurti Bhagavan is Swatmanam Prakati Karoti Bhajatam Yo Mudraya Bhadraya. So, by showing the Bhadra Mudra, this Chin Mudra, Dakshinamurti is telling that this is the way for Atmagyan. So what does the thumb finger indicate? The thumb finger indicates the unchanging Paramatma. The index finger, which is the Tarjani, it indicates the Jiva. The other three fingers indicate the Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti, Avastha. Jagrat is the awakened state, Swapna is the dream state, Sushupti is the deep sleep state. So when you withdraw from these three states, you escape from the samsara and you join with the Paramatma. This is the message of Brahma Jnana, Abheda Brahma Jnana. And that is what is being told by Shankara in his mudra in the hand. Jnana Mudranchita Karaya Namaha. His hand is held in Jnana Mudra and he is indicating the Brahma Jivaikyam through his Jnana Mudra. Angushta Tarjani Yoga Mudra Vyajena Dehina Shrutyartham Brahma Jivaikyam Darshayan Navatat Shivaha. He is the Shiva, incarnation of Bhagavan Shiva, and he is Sakshat Para, Dakshinamurti, because Dakshinamurti is also like that. This shows that he is Dakshinamurti, he is none other than Dakshinamurti, and he is none other than Parameshwara, who because of his Karunya, shows the Brahma Jnana through the symbol of Jnana Mudra. Even in Natya Shastra, the Chin Mudra represents Shiva. Somebody has to show Shiva in Natya Shastra, they will show the Chin Mudra, which shows that he is an incarnation of Parameshwara. Jnana Mudranchita Karaya Namaha. Shishya Tapa Harakaya Namaha. Shishya disciples. Krittapa Harakaya Namaha. Shishyanam Tapam Yaha Harati Sahashid. Shishya Tapaka. Hridaha Tapam Yaha Harati Saha Shishya Tapa Harakaha. Which are the tapas that are being referred here? Adhyatmika tapa, caused internally to body and mind. Adi Daivika, caused by divine dispensations. Natural calamities, earthquakes, etc. Ativrishti, Anavrishti. Adi Bhautika, caused by other living beings. Now you have few incidents in the life of Shankaracharya. When he goes to meet his guru when he is with his guru in the Narmada Tira, once Narmada goes up in spate, the entire river is gushing. He is about to enter the ashrama and flood the ashrama. Shankara's guru is doing tapas. So Shankara sees what should he do. So he is a Brahmagyani. He decides what should he do. So he wants to protect the ashrama, including his disciples, his guru's disciples, everybody. So he ensures that the entire Narmada Nadi enters his kamandal. That way he protects everybody from the Adi Daivika Tapa. Vijasati Daridrya Nirmulanam. So once when Shankaracharya, another incident is, once when Shankaracharya goes for Bhikshatana, he goes in front of a house and says, Bhavati Bhikshante. The lady of the house comes out and says that I don't have anything except a dry gooseberry, Shushka Amalaka. She brings that dry gooseberry and places it and gives it to Shankaracharya. Shankaracharya understands the Adhyatmika Tapa of that lady, full of poverty. Now he prays to Goddess Lakshmi and asks her, what is the reason for this? He gets to know that she did not, though she had a lot of wealth in her previous Janma, she did not do dana. This is why she is suffering. So Shankaracharya says, now that she has given the Shushka Amalaka as dana, why not Bhagavati Lakshmi consider and bless her. So Shankaracharya recites the Kanakadhara Stotram, after which golden gooseberries, golden amalakas come and fall into the house of that lady. So that way, Shishya-hrit-tapaharakaya. He removes the sufferings of his disciples and bhaktas. Parivrajashramordhartre namaha. Parivrajashrama refers to sannyasashrama. Before Shankaracharya came and became a sannyasi, there are many people who are telling that this sannyasashrama is for people who do not have, who are crippled, who are handicapped, who cannot do karmanusthana. And they were criticizing the sannyasashrama. But our Acharya, he says he established the sannyasashrama. He says that if a jnani wants to enter even from a brahmacharya ashrama, directly he can come to a sannyasashrama without garhastya, without and vanaprastha, and he can take the sannyasashrama and attain mukti. That is the status which he gave to sannyasa ashrama. He established the Dashanami Sampradaya. Today we call Jayendra Saraswati, Vijayendra Saraswati, Chandrasekharendra Saraswati, Bharati Tirtha, Anandagiri, Jayendra Puri, Sagara Tirtha, Aranya, Parvata, Ashrama, Vana, all these Dashanami Sampradaya for the Sannyas Ashrama, he only started and everybody started to follow that. So he systematized the ashrama dharma of sannyasis. Parivrajakas, Parivrajyashramo is one Pathabheda. Parivrajashramo is one Pathabheda. So these are the two Pathabhedas. Both are correct. Sarvatantra Swatantra Dhiye Namaha. Tantra refers to here all the Shastras and Darshanas. Sarvatantra Swatantra Dhiye Namaha. Dhi refers to Buddhi. Salutations to Shankaracharya, who has mastered all the philosophical systems, all the darshanas and shastras. We have Shad Nastika Darshana and Shad Astika Darshana. And we have Paniniya, Kanada, other systems of philosophy. See, Shankaracharya was one Acharya who had a comprehensive and an extensive view of all these darshanas and shastras. So, Sarvani cha tani tantrani sarvatantrani sarvatantranam Swatantradhihi Matihi Yasya Saha Sarvatantra Swatantra He had, see why, that is why he could win, because he had a comprehensive and an extensive view, both in-depth and extensive view of all the philosophical systems. He could refute the arguments and strengthen Advaita during his prachara of Advaita. So salutations to that Acharya who had the comprehensive view and the extensive view of all the philosophical systems. Sarvatantra Swatantra Dhiye Namaha. Advaita Sthapanacharya Namaha. Salutations to Shankaracharya who established and propagated the Advaita Siddhanta. Sakshat Shankara Rupa Dhrite Namaha. Rupa Dhrite Namaha, Rupa Bhrite Namaha. These are the two Pathabhedas here. I pray to Shankaracharya. Salutations to Shankaracharya, who is an avatar of Bhagavan Shiva himself. See, in Krishna Leela, we see that when Krishna was born, Devaki saw Bhagavan Krishna with Shankha Chakra Gadapani as Mahavishnu. Same way, people who were near Shankaracharya when he was born, They say that he was seen with a moon on the head and a third eye on the forehead and a Parash and a Trishula in the hand. Such was the avatar of Bhagavan Shankara. He was the Kailasa Shankara himself when he was born. Sakshat Shankara Rupa Dhrute Rupa Bhrute Namaha. Totaka in Totakashtakam, Giri, Anandagiri says, Bhavayeva Bhavan iti me nitaram. Bhavayeva Bhavan, you are the Bhava himself. Vidyaranya in one of his stotras says, Shambhoho Murtis Charati Bhuvane Shankaracharya Rupa. The Shiva himself is moving in the earth like Bhagavan Shankaracharya. That is what is Shankara Sakshat Shankara Rupa Dhrite Rupa Bhrite Namaha. Shanmata Sthapanacharya Namaha. Now, there was a lot of confusions for worship and attaining moksha. So, what did Shankaracharya do for pure Advaita Nirguna Brahma may be difficult for all. Therefore, in order to give mukti for everybody, he suggested the Shanmata Sthapana. He said you can worship 6 forms of God. What are the 6 forms? You can worship Bhagavan in the form of Ishta Devata, in the form of Shiva, in the form of Vishnu, in the form of Shakti, in the form of Surya, in the form of Ganapati, or in the form of Kumara. Kumara is Shiva's son, Subramanya. So Shiva, Vishnu, Devi, Surya, Ganesha, Subramanya, all these roots of worship, each is a root of worship, each is a marga. Now, that is why it is called Shanmata, 6 margas. You can choose any one marga and attain moksha and attain mukti. So he set up this 6 routes and he said, any route if you go, you are sure to attain mukti. Choose any one of the routes and worship Bhagavan, worship God and attain mukti. Shanmata Sthapanacharya Namaha, Trayi Marga Pravartakaya Namaha. Trayi refers to the 3 Vedas, Rigyaja Sama. Now, our Shankaracharya illuminated the path which is outlined in the 3 Vedas. What do these 3 Vedas say? That in order to attain moksha, there are 3 margas, which is Karma Marga, Upasana Marga, and the Jnana Marga. All 3 have to be followed in order to attain the moksha. So this is what was told by, this is what is told in the Vedas, and that was told by our Acharya through the Prasthanatraya Bhashya. So in the Prasthanatraya Bhashya, what is Prasthanatraya? Bhagavad Gita, Upanishad and Brahma Sutras. In these 3 Bhashyas, commentaries, Shankaracharya established the path outlined in the 3 Vedas for salvation or for mukti. Trayi Marga Prakashakaya Maha. He clearly in his commentaries has given the 3 paths. That is why he is called as Trayi Marga Prakashakaya Namaha. Veda Vedanta Tattvajnaya Namaha. Knower of the reality and the reality of Vedas and Vedanta. So Shankaracharya knew the intricate and the subtle truth revealed by the Vedas and Vedantas. If Vedas had the Karma Marga, they were prescribing yagas like Soma Yaga, Chitra Yaga, etc. Karma Kanda. You had the Jnana Kanda, which is the Upanishads, wherein Tattvamasi, Ityadi Vakyas are there. So he understood this Tattva, the philosophy of the Vedas, that there are 2 margas, the 2 kandas, 2 portions, which is Karma and Jnana. So with the help of acharana of karma, nishkama karma, one should obtain chitta shuddhi, and thereby he gets jnana, and thereby moksha. This intricate truth, which is revealed by the Vedas and Upanishads, Vedanta is Upanishads, Vedas is the, which is revealed by the Vedas and Upanishads, was known to Shankara, and he established this tattva through his Advaita tattva inside the Prasthanatraya Bhasha, inside the commentaries of Prasthanatraya, and in his shlokas, and in his Upadeshas, and helped the bhaktas, helped the masses to attain moksha. We will stop here because I think we have 1 hour 15 minutes is over. Every day we will be covering 20 namas. That is how we will be doing. So request all of you to attend all the 6 days. So we'll be there are some Patha Vedas, so it will not be exactly 108. There may be about 10 namas extra here and there. So some Patha Vedas are there, some extra namas are there, which we will understand. All the questions related to this class will be taken only in the last class. Please write down the questions and reserve the questions for the last class. We will take all the questions in the last class, and we will answer the questions. So we will probably finish in 5. We'll try to finish in 5.5 classes. And last class, about half an hour, we'll take all the questions. In case you think that you will forget the question, please write it down or send it put it in the question answer. Please put it in the question answer. We will answer. And I will not answer if somebody answers it as anonymous attendee. I will not answer the question. Any anonymous attendee, if you ask a question as anonymous attendee, I am not going to answer the question. You will have to tell who you are before you ask the question. Thank you very much. स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु. If you have general administrative questions, our panelists will answer. You can talk.
Krishnamurti Mahodaya. Namaste.
Hello.
Namaste.
Can I talk?
Yes, sir.
He was the author of the Sivananda Lahari and Saundara Lahari. Can something be mentioned about them?
In the namas it will come. When it comes, I will mention. We will end the class now. Tomorrow we'll assemble again at 11 o'clock. Dhanyavadaha. Sarvebhyaha Ram Ram.